Hello, I am back once again. This week we are going to be playing Mecha Knight's Nightmare. Uh, uh, I'm mainly just gonna go through the campaign again, since I've already played it before, like, a year ago. This is mostly just gonna be a casual run through the campaign, while I just tell a couple stories of my childhood. So yeah, with that out of the way, like with the main premise of the stream set, let's begin, I guess. Yeah, I haven't touched this game in so long. So, uh, couple things I want to say before we get started with the stories. I am finally done with my classes for the quarter, so I do plan on streaming like more times, more often next week. Probably like a stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday until classes resume again. So the amount of shorts I'll be posting will decrease. But with that being said, I do already have some streams planned. So on Monday, I will be playing some West of Loathing, a little RPG there. Just have some fun there, really casual. Tuesday, we might play some Insane Aquarium. That is a very old game, so I don't know if OBS can run it or not. If it doesn't run, if OBS cannot capture it, then I'll probably just play Gundam or something like that. But otherwise, yeah, that's the basic plan. And next Friday, I do plan on a Gunpla building stream. I got my hands on some new Gunpla I want to try and build. Just sounds fun to do. I just need to get everything set up for it. Other than that, let's see here. I do want to change paint. I haven't. Oh god, I forgot everything just kind of looked like this. Hmm. Of course, we probably should just go with. No, no. Yeah, no, it's just the full color, everything. Well, pure white. So, the way this game works is, well, if you haven't played it, is you just go through the levels and you can grind out mech parts. There are a ton of mech parts, each with their own sets of stats. But, I don't remember how I wanted to set this thing up. Well, the main reason why I'm playing this game again is because apparently, the developer has finally decided to work on DLC for the game. New content for this game, which I am a bit excited for. And I also saw that Armor Core is getting released. It's getting a new installment. Wait, hold up. I have not played Armor Core, and I'm excited to try it out once it comes out. But how did I want to set up my? I think I roughly remember how I set this thing up. This was mostly just in. If I remember how this game worked, this mech that I have is mostly focused on speed over anything else. Mainly just so I can can just keep its boosters active 24/7. And if I remember correctly, this thing was not made to use energy weapons either when I built this. But I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. Story time. So, stories. Which story should I talk about? There are a ton of childhood stories that I have, but it'll take me a bit of time to remember them. Alright, so, I don't know if any of my friends are watching, but I don't think they really know much about me, like like high school, pre-middle school. I'm gonna talk a bit about how much of a little shit I was back in elementary school. Present me, and future me as well, probably, absolutely loathes the shit out of past me, especially the little shit I was when I was a child. Past me was terrible. And past me and present me, will probably hate future me. So, it's just all general self-hate, but, you know, I was a little kid back then, you know, they're a little naive, they're just naive little creatures, you know? Issue was, I think I was a little naive for a bit too long. So if you don't know, it was in high school that I discovered I apparently had high-functioning autism. I probably also have some ADHD as well, but I haven't been tested for that. Anyways, when I was little, let's say around like I think it was 4th grade. Like, you could already see some of the signs of my ADHD. The way it manifested, not ADHD, my autism. The way that it manifested was, mainly through, if I remember correctly, just a ton of, me just forgetting random things short-term wise. Specifically homework. So, 4th grade was not a good year for me. Mainly because I never turned in my homework. Now, why is that, you might ask? Was it because I never did it? No. Every day, I did my homework. The issue was that, like, near the beginning of the year, I accidentally forgot to turn in one of the worksheets. You see, we're supposed to just get up and, how homework worked at my 4th grade class was, you got up, there was, like, these little baskets in the back, then you just, you just take your worksheet with you, name written on it and everything, deposit in the back, and the teacher will eventually grade it. Issue is that, I missed it once. You know, that doesn't seem like a bad thing, you know? Teacher also, like, allowed you to turn in stuff late. But, remember how I said I was, very forgetful about short-term things? Yeah, I forgot to turn in the homework late as well. Then I got so embarrassed about turning in my homework late, I never wanted to get up for the rest of the year and turn in any of my homework.
Something like that. What about you?
I was a weird child, very introverted.
Really?
I was quite something. Because of that, I also failed 6 of my subjects.
My family wanted me to work a desk job my entire life.
I'm in college now, but it's a miracle I made it there, honestly. luckily, that did not happen in 6th or 7th grade.
Hey, I think she's got the hots for me.
Thank
Bro, you must be
goodness.
even dumber than you look if you think she's got an interest in anything.
But,
besides being
yeah.
cool.
She can order me around any day.
4th grade me was terrible. I was very antisocial. I think I got bullied quite a bit as well. But,
Thank God for the military mobile unit, am I right?
Yeah, this is how the war was meant to be
I don't think I
experienced.
really...
From
After a while, I think the
gigantic
bullying
killing
eventually
machine.
stopped.
Guess
I
we
was
both
mainly
made the right
bullied back
choice
then, mainly because I had a really short temper. I don't know why the kids kept on picking on me for that. I mean, eventually, well, actually, no, I think I do know why. What would happen is that when I had a short temper, I would often just scream at anybody just pissing me off. That was the annoying part. But of course, not to like adults and stuff. You know, that's a big no-no. But uh. But yeah, that was probably why they picked on me. I was a terrible little child, you know? But that doesn't mean I didn't have some friends. I am glad, I'm thankful, glad, and sorry that they had to put up with me. I'm also thankful and sorry for any of my current friends that have to put up with current me. But, you know. My condolences. But anyways,
Time for resupply. If you have a supply
what was
beacon
it?
equipped as a system module, you can call in supply drops from allied helicopters at drop
I
zones
did
marked
have
as
a friend that
They will head to the nearest
well,
drop zone if there are more in the
I
mission
had a
beacon.
friend that,
Each drop will provide ammunition, repair kits, and
how do I
fuel.
describe it? Alright, he was a kid that I knew. I thought he was a friend. He eventually actually did become a friend later on. Like, he would sometimes pick on me and all that stuff. But later on, we actually grew to be buddies. I'm really glad that we were able to do that, you know? I got to know him, he got to know me a bit more. But, he was in almost every one of my classes from 1st grade to 6th grade. Like, I knew this guy real well.
Echo 7, the supply helicopter will soon arrive at the drop site.
I don't think I've gotten in contact with him recently. Like, the last time I've talked to him was in years, honestly. Like, I'm surprised I was even able to get in contact with him years ago. I'm just hoping he's doing well. But I'm just reminiscing a bit. Sorry. Where was I going with this? I don't think I was going anywhere with that. I'm a terrible storyteller. I'm sorry. Let me tell you about a different friend. I made friends with this guy in 5th grade. So how did I make friends with this other kid?
Echo
Well,
7, Echo 8, alert. Our drones show Russian tanks approaching the border. Move to intercept immediately.
well,
Command.
I
7 on the move.
Why the hell
noticed.
would they do that?
Alright,
They know we're stationed here.
bit of context.
Fuck if I
This
know.
elementary
Go
school
green
that I
light
went
it.
to was like a 2-minute drive away from my house and like maybe a 10-15 minute walk. I noticed, like, for a good while, every time I was on the way home, that there was this other kid. Turns out, he was in the same class as me. He was just in a corner and never really had any other friends. Probably because he didn't really talk to anybody else. Like, so I noticed him walking home pretty much like every day. So I'm like, hey, why don't I just, you know, get to know him a bit better? Maybe I'll have like another friend, you know? I was a naive little child, you know? Everybody was a friend if they were kind enough, I guess. But, yeah, we actually managed to become friends. It turns out he lived, like, in the same neighborhood I did. And was, like, walking home, basically the same route I was. So, that was really nice. I basically just hung out with him, every day afterwards in 5th grade because, well, there was not really much else I wanted to do. I turned out at that point, well, I figured out at that point that I am very unfit. Athletics was just not for me, so I wasn't really doing much. And I did also have a crush on this one other girl in my class. That didn't really amount to much, honestly. But I had really gotten into reading because of this crush, so athletics just wasn't for me. I was mostly just doing other things in like during recess and such.
This shit is getting serious.
So I had plenty of time to hang out with this kid who just basically sat around all recess just chilling. We talked a bit, you know, and eventually by the end of the school year, you know, we started inviting each other to our homes, you know? I would go over to his house to play. He'd sometimes come over to my house to watch some TV. I don't know why he would come over, honestly, other than the fact that I invited him, like, just for courtesy reasons. Because, his place probably had a lot more entertainment for a child than my place. My place didn't really have much. He had cable, I didn't. I was not really familiar with like a ton of shows that he was watching. I mean, I've definitely heard of them. I've wanted cable for a while. You know, as a little kid and such, Cartoon Network was on. I never grew up with that stuff. Some of the things there I wish I kind of grew up with. It seems really nice. But, yeah. I also, well, I also didn't have any video games. That's another thing. He did. He had an Xbox and I think a PS3. Didn't really play much computer games though. But well, at this point, I didn't really play many computer games either. All the games I played were just Flash games. So yeah, there's that. But pretty much. Actually, no, he did have one computer game that he played because he had a laptop, a really old laptop, but it was a laptop nonetheless. It had Plants vs. Zombies downloaded on it. We played the hell out of that thing. Like, he was the one who introduced me to some coin grinding strategies for Plants vs. Zombies. It was fun. I still remember those days. I would occasionally ask to like borrow his laptop, so like I can just like, you know, mess around with some strategies at my at my place for like a couple days, you know, have some fun of my own. No, I'd return it eventually. My mom didn't really like me doing that, and I could probably see why, you know, it's like another kid's possession. I probably shouldn't be like, you know, asking him to like borrow something like that. But you know, I was a little child. I had nothing really much to do at home. Like back then, the main form of entertainment was just browsing channels and like watching some kids cartoons, like PBS and stuff. So I didn't really have much to do in the way of entertainment. Like pretty much everything I could get my hands on was some sort of entertainment. At least until I got like my first laptop at during middle school. But this is pre-middle school, so like elementary school stuff. So in elementary school, I hung out at his house. He occasionally came over to my house. One thing I made him do, I didn't mean anything bad by doing this. On Saturdays, there were some Saturday morning cartoons. Issue is, his sleep schedule is similar to my current sleep schedule, and the cartoon started at 7 a.m. Back then, I actually had a normal sleep schedule. By normal, I mean like I was able to wake up like pretty damn early. Like I actually went to bed at a reasonable hour, and I was able to wake up like pretty early. So bedtime was around like 9 or 10 for me back then, and I woke up around.
Take up a position on the hill to the east.
I want to say
Yep, got you covered, Ethan.
6:30
I've got something
on
the short range
average.
comm.
Sometimes
patching
I
it through to
woke
you.
up at like 3 to say goodbye to my dad whenever he went to work in the morning. But he's
This is
retired
Echo
now,
7.
which is
Hold
nice.
on. We're almost there.
But yeah, I didn't really do much as a child. But specifically, back on my point, Saturday morning cartoons. I would sometimes call his residents
I
that
see
didn't really
village.
answer their phone much
I got you.
and
Dova.
invite them over to watch some
Jesus,
cartoons.
what the fuck happened here?
Issue is,
you
his
seeing this?
bedtime compared to mine
We've got
was
something
probably
incoming.
around like
From the north.
midnight
It's-
to like 2 a.m. in the morning
What is it?
on
Jake?
average.
I don't fucking
So,
know, but this
I'm
is right for
wi-
you. Get ready.
What's happening is, I am waking up, I think, like at 6:30. He's usually used to waking up around like 11 or noon, and I'm just waking him up like 4 hours earlier than he's normally used to.
Holy
So I
fuck,
feel bad
what
for
the hell
doing
are
that
those
now.
things?
You know, back then I thought it was like normal
They're
for
not
pretty much
real.
everybody
They
to
can't
wake
be.
up really early, because that's
Fire.
basically
Open
all I
fire.
knew. Yeah, I embraced the night, I embraced the lifestyle where, I just don't have to wake up early. I am glad that I don't have to do that
Get the
as
fuck outta
often.
there.
Our guys are still in there. We can't leave them behind. Set
But,
up the flare. Cover me.
Yeah, I feel really bad about doing that to him, honestly. Like, oh god. My sleep schedule is very similar to his now, honestly, though. Except way worse. Like, it's kind of like the reverse of my previous, like, my younger sleep schedule, you know? Instead of, like, waking up at 6:30, now 6:30 is my bedtime. It's terrible. My sleep cycle is absolutely horrendous. What? Yeah, I feel really bad for the guy. In 6th grade, I actually got him in my class again, which was really nice. A 6th grade teacher went above and beyond, honestly, though, for a 6th grade teacher. See, he hosted an after-school program that he tried to teach more advanced math to students, the GATE program. You know, some schools had this, some schools didn't. Mine did. And I was in it for 3 years, from 4th grade to 6th grade. I was part of a select group of people. When I say select group, I mean one of like 3 other students who did it for 4 years. Like that lasted like from 4th grade to 6th grade in my grade. Pretty much everybody else dropped out because they didn't want to do it. My parents just made me do it. I was learning pre-algebra and algebra. I was already struggling very much with learning pre-algebra in 4th grade. But you know, that's like 4th grade me. That stuff was a lot easier to learn once you know, I got like more used to math later on. But you know, algebra and specifically trig, I hate. I still probably struggle with trig. I don't know how I passed calculus. But, aside from that, along with the GATE program, specifically for his classes, he offered, after-school study sessions, which are really nice. Essentially, what he would do was, he would pair up a student who was doing well in like some subjects with another student that they were supposed to help. Like, these students would be able to, of course, pick their partners, but basically what's supposed to happen is that you're supposed to work together on homework to, you know, help one person catch up with the other. You know, sound idea. He also offered snacks and such, which was really nice for like anybody who stayed. There was honestly no reason for me to not stay because, well, I get to hang out with more friends. Nothing else to do at home. Except what would end up happening is that while I was always finishing my work, I was a horrible tutor. I don't think my friend learned anything under my guidance, like anything much better, just because of how horrible of a tutor I was. I would just end up talking to him about random things, like I don't even remember like any of the topics. They were just like random ass topics.
We got your flare. We're inbound.
Sometimes it would just like be me asking him about like some of his random hobbies.
Just kill them all. Every one of
Other times, it was just me asking random ass questions that was not related to what we were supposed to be doing at all. Of course. So the thing is about this after school section was that there was technically a specific day that you could do that. You know, every Wednesday at my school, it was a short day. Instead, so how school worked, my basic school schedule was, you get to school around like 6-ish, actually no, like more like around 7-ish. Then you have breakfast for half an hour and then recess for 15 minutes. At 7:45, that's when school started. Of course, you can still eat breakfast during recess. But then, you know, school starts, you line up, you walk to class after morning recess. Then you just do some random learning, or not, you know. Or at least try and look like you're paying attention for until around 9:15. 9:15 was recess, I believe. After recess, like a 15-minute recess, it was like 15 minutes or half an hour recess, you'd line up again and go back to class. Teacher does his teaching thing, then you line up for lunch. Lunch was very disorganized, to say the least. Well, no, not necessarily. It was inefficient, I want to say. How it worked was, for lunch, it was split off into two lunch periods. We had the upperclassmen's lunch period, which was 4th, 5th, and 6th graders, and the lowerclassmen lunch period, which is kindergartners through 3rd grade.
I can't believe we made it out of that.
I think it was upper grade got to
I can barely
eat.
believe it myself.
No, kindergartner.
What the hell?
Yeah,
were
no,
those
the
things?
younger grade got to eat
Someone
first,
better have
then
an
the upper
explanation
graders
for this
ate.
shit.
This is another
But
level of
the way they
end-of-the-world
did
type
it
shit we're
was
dealing with now.
there was like about a 45-minute difference between their two lunch periods. So what the school experimented with was you had recess first before lunch for one section of students, and for the other section of students, you got lunch first before recess. I think they eventually streamlined it, but that's how it worked. Honestly, I don't know which one I preferred because I didn't really spend my recess as well, like my lunch recess as well. But specifically on Wednesdays, there was no lunch. There was only one recess period, and the school day, instead of ending at 2 in the afternoon, it ended at 12:40 for some reason. So 12:40 is like the bell to leave on Wednesday. How does this all relate back to my 6th grade teacher and his after school study? Well, Wednesday, for his after school studies, right? Normally they last 2 hours and 15 minutes. So you go from 2 p.m. to 4:15
Echo 7.
at the latest. Like, you can leave any time in between then, but you gotta sign in and sign out. It's like to, make sure that you're there.
It is absolutely crucial if we want to maintain our
But
foothold in the
on
echelon is
Wednesdays,
directing reinforcement to
that
us.
was game
You
day.
hold off the enemy until backup arrives.
Instead
Copy,
of
Command.
studying,
Count on us.
on Wednesdays, what you're allowed to do is bust out the copious amount of games that is in an elementary school classroom. A ton of board games, a ton of dice, card games, all that stuff. But the thing about my 6th grade teacher was, he also, well, he was dope as hell. He had an N64 and a GameCube for us to mess around with Smash Melee and Mario Kart on the N64. The thing is, if you were a part of GATE, you could also join these tutoring sessions and participate in game days as well, even if you're not a part of his class. So that was what I was doing on Wednesdays for the most part, honestly. Just playing some Smash, or just like talking to some random students. I was terrible at it. I didn't know what I was doing, to be honest. But yeah, that was that. But game days issue about game day during 6th grade. They decided to do some school renovations, like for when I was in 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, right? We had 3 other schools in the district, and all 4 schools in the district needed to be renovated. Add some new classrooms, update the old ones to be better facilitated. So what the district did was they built a ton of these temporary mobile classrooms. Like taking up a good chunk of the field that we used to play in, like when we were younger. But now this area was dedicated to these new classrooms. I think they're still up there as well. Like if I were to check it out, I think they're still up. They haven't been taken down yet. I think they're still being used. But these classrooms were temp classrooms that were made for students to still be able to attend classes while their school was being renovated.
Don't think, just shoot.
In
Keep shooting.
6th grade, I spent the entire school year at these classrooms because it was our school's turn to finally get renovated. They fenced off the old territory to the school, forced us to go to new areas to be picked up and dropped off, and all that such. It was annoying to get used to, but we got used to it. Downside was, a ton of teachers had to leave behind a ton of stuff, or like not bring any stuff from the old places. This included the GameCube and the N64, sadly. So I don't think we ever got to play on those for game days anymore. So it was very sad. Not much we could do about it. Sa-
More of them coming.
I was introduced to video games relatively early, but I was never able to play them until much later in my life, at least with some degree of freedom. You know what I did instead? I went to Target. You know why? Because at Target, at my nearby Target, they had, they sold game consoles in the electronics sections. You wanna know what else they had at the electronics sections? Game console demo games. Like, I played the shit out of those demos, every single one of them. Every week I'd go to Target at least once, like ask my mom to take me to Target, you know? I used to go there when I was little to just look at toys, not even play with them, no, just look at them, you know? Oogle at the toy. Wish for it, because you're never gonna get it, you know? That kind of stuff. But yeah, I was like, I didn't really have much, and like I know why my parents like didn't want to get me toys now, because you know, apparently when I was young, I just used to basically break and disassemble everything I got my hands on.
Get ready for the next
Probably why I
wave.
was also addicted to Legos, but
I'm on it.
anyways, I would just go to Target to look at toys. During one of these trips, when I was like young, Target eventually decided to install some video game demos in their electronics sections. Afterwards, every time I went to Target, instead of looking at toys, you know, I still do that occasionally, it was go there to play on the demo consoles. Because I had no video game consoles of my own. That entertained me for so long, honestly. Eventually, I just kind of started trying to speedrun my way through the demo games. Because that's all there was to play, you know? Like, occasionally they have a new demo game. Occasionally, like, some of them were hits, some of them were misses, you know? I remember playing Uncharted 2 as a demo on one of these things. Like, it was a special demo copy. Like, you can't really play through the full campaign or anything. It was just like a series of random missions, you know, kind of sandboxy and such. But it was a game nonetheless. I still entertained myself with it.
Bradley is down. We
It
lost
was
the
fun.
IFV.
Until, you know, I had a taste of better games. Because, you know, once that happened, you can't really go back. Like, it's really hard to go back. Do I miss it? Kinda. Nowadays, I think, like, Target has a lot less demo games. I went to GameStop, but the experience is not the same, mainly because it was a GameStop. If you ever been to a GameStop, those places are sad. So yeah. Where were we again? What was I talking about? Let's see. Yeah, what was I talking about? I'm forgetting already. I'm just kind of mindlessly shooting as well in the background while I'm talking. So if I'm just like randomly like getting my ass beat, then well, there's your reason why.
Fuck. Was that it? We got them all.
I can't believe we got this lucky twice.
But
Thanks for covering our
let's see.
asses, Echo 7.
Echo
Where were
7,
we?
this is Command. Reinforcements are inbound on your position.
Roger that, Command. The situation is all green here.
Good job, Echo 7. Though we don't have time for formalities. I need you to move to the city of Baku immediately. The situation is getting critical. I have
What
an
was I
airlift on the
talking
way to
about?
your location. Do you copy?
Copy that, Command. Echo 7 moving out.
What did you say before?
Sixth grade.
Once more into the fray?
Video games. Oh yeah. My friend. Yeah, I still feel bad about it. Sixth grade also reminds me of science camp. So you see, in sixth grade, there was a sixth grade science camp. Science camp was really fun. I also learned how to play the guitar just for science camp. My teacher offered guitar lessons. Mainly like just taught us a couple songs specifically pertaining to science camp. Pretty much every song that we learned was a song that we were gonna potentially sing at science camp. And what do you know? One of the songs that we learned was one of these songs that was sung the most at science camp. I don't remember how to play it. I kind of remember the tune, but I don't remember how to play the guitar. But this science camp was, in the mountains, you know? Little old me didn't really know much. Went to science camp. It was less of like, it was more like a hands-on science camp, you know? You got to go out into the wilderness, go on hikes and all that stuff, you know? Do like a couple games, some activities with a supervisor. And there may or may not be snow. I wanted to see snow. I did not get to see snow.
Understood, Echo 7.
But, aside from that, we also got to choose bunk mates.
They are in full retreat. I need you to cover them and make sure that everyone gets out safe.
I was bunk mates with, you know, like that friend I told you about, like that was in like first grade to, sixth grade.
Jesus, this place is a mess.
I was bunk mates with him, and right next to my bunk was my other friend that I was talking about earlier. You know, the one I would invite to my house. What would happen? Well, what happened at science camp was, I think we got similar groups. We were all like grouped up to different supervisors. For the most part, science camp was fun. You know, you got to go on hikes, nice outdoorsy air. It was a bit cold, you know, because you're in the mountains and such. But the food was really nice. But they also force you to drink a lot of water because, like, during meals, because you're gonna get dehydrated really easily. That also meant that you had to go pee a lot. The rule was you had to drink at least 2 cups of water per day, well, per meal, not even like per day, per meal. And that's before you're even allowed to get anything like juices and such. You know, as a little child, sugary drink, you want it, so of course you're gonna do what they're gonna say, like tell you to do, just so that you can get more sugar in you. So little old me, we went to the bathroom a lot.
Orders are clear. Stand your ground,
That's not the
soldier.
point. Let's see, science camp.
Civilians in the city.
What I really liked, for some reason, was when my group had to do food duty. So, groups were voluntold to help with serving food at like when it was time for meals, you know? You have a person just go around, like you help set up the tables, you eventually help bust the tables afterwards, you know? If you've ever worked at a restaurant, then yeah, that's a basic gist. We were basically free labor for them, you know? Like, you know, basically just told under the disguise that, oh yeah, we're like, you guys are just gonna be helping out. It'll be fun and all, you know? No, it's just free labor now that I look back at it. I had never really thought of that till now, you know? It's just free labor. But, for some reason, I really enjoyed it. Mainly because it kind of made me feel important for some reason. You know, I was like getting up, refilling waters. Mainly just like refilling the water when like the table needed more water. Cleaning up the table afterwards. That bit was fun. We didn't have to wash dishes, so that's probably why I also enjoyed it. Like, a lot more than I probably should have. But, anyways... The food there was really good. We also got to eat with, like, some teachers and such, you know? Like, sometimes, like, the kids would, like, ask teachers to sit at their table and such. Like, if they want to talk to them. I had the principal sit with me at my table before. Oh, funny thing about that, it was during breakfast. Principal decided to sit at our table. What I didn't know, right, when grabbing breakfast was, apparently there was only enough bacon for on the platter for every kid to have one piece of bacon. You know, I love bacon. I didn't know that. So I ended up taking 2 pieces. Turns out the principal didn't get some bacon because of me. So he had to wait for the next, for like a refill of the bacon platter. Like, for some kid to go do that. I felt really bad about that. I think same thing went for pancakes as well. I took way too many pancakes. And I don't think there was enough pancakes because of that. Because nobody told me, like, I was only allowed to take 1 pancake. No. Nobody told me that. So I took like 2-3 pancakes. Hey, you know, I was like a hungry child. The food was good. The free food, basically. The entire camp experience only costed like $200 for like 3 days.
Don't let any of them get through. Secure the retreat.
So, really good deal, honestly.
Copy that.
You know,
We need reinforcements.
but, oh my. I feel so bad about doing that. The science camp was very fun. Never got to see the snow though. I was really looking forward to it. Of course, I was tired as hell afterwards. Cause, like, who wouldn't be? You just spent an entire weekend in the mountains.
The mech is damaged. I need repairs.
But, yeah, that was science camp for the most part. What I really liked about science camp, though, was, like, my favorite day was honestly the last day. Oh, but before that, there is one thing I was gonna tell you about. I forgot till now about science camp. I just remembered. And that was the night hike. So, every day, we went on a hike. Except for the night hike on the second day. Well, actually, no, it was the second day. Night hike was a hike, but at night. Now, you see, one issue about that, you know, it sounds cool and all on paper, but as a child, I was afraid of the dark. I bursted out into tears very soon, like before the hike even started, as we were preparing for the hike. I was bawling my eyes out and just like using my friend as a support. I am so sorry he had to experience that, but also very thankful for him. Like, honestly, I just can't be thankful enough for like how much shit he had to put up with. But I eventually got over my fears. Well, it didn't really help that there were also rumors of coyotes and wolves. But you know, well, just keep that at the back of your mind. You know, don't focus on those too much. You know, hey, look, nice night scenery, I guess. But luckily we never encountered any. But the night hike was very cool because it was during that night hike that I learned how our eyes were able to adapt to darkness. So it was cool as hell, mainly because I thought I had developed superpowers for a second. Because, you know, if you cover up one eye for like a good chunk of time while keeping the other open, and you suddenly open like the eye that was like closed, you know, your pupil's gonna be wide open, and it's gonna take in a lot more light because, you know, it was stuck in darkness. It wanted to see, like your eyes want to see. So when you open your eyes, it's gonna be more adapted for darkness, and you see a lot better. Like, it's really cool, honestly. Though I still sometimes use the trick when on like camping trips and such, just because it's just cool to know, and really nice to just find the way to the bathroom without a flashlight, or when your flashlights are out of batteries, or if like you're going alone. Honestly, going alone at night is still terrifying at campsites. I'll stick to Civilization, thank you. But anyways, yeah, that was an experience.
Ethan, look at the size of that horde. We can't
Also
do anything
learned
about that.
a ton
They'll
of
kill
stuff,
us.
like
Command, this is Echo
I
7.
think
The
another
situation
thing
is
that
getting out of control.
we mostly
We can't
focused on during
contain
the
it. We
night
have to-
hike was how
Understood,
sound
Echo 7.
worked.
Get ready to
So we
retreat.
just like
Bombers
we
will drop
stood in the middle of a
thermobaric
field,
bombs on
used our
enemy
hands to like then cup them
Roger
around
that.
our ears
Echo
to
7 is
enhance our
retreating.
hearing and all that
Bombers
such, you
are
know.
inbound. Keep your heads down.
That afterward night hike, you know, go back to your cabins, go to bed, all that stuff. Oh, go back to cabins, shower. Oh, another thing, the showers. Showering, was not really that fun. So you just had a line of boys, like pretty much naked, just going into the bathroom, and this stall of showers. The shower time was very strict. 5 minutes per person. Bring whatever you want into the shower. You just gotta go in, get out in 5 minutes. And they timed this shit. All I brought with me was shampoo. But, you know, go in, get out after you're done. Cycle as many people through as possible, because, you know, you don't have time for any of that stuff. Yeah, of course that is understandable, but, cycle people in and out as much as possible, as quickly as possible. And same thing goes for brushing your teeth. Cycle as many people in and out as fast as possible. Then go to bed. The bunks weren't very comfortable, but you know, just deal with it. But the nice part was our camp instructor, like with specifically for the one in our cabin / my group, was nice enough to tell us some bedtime stories. They were fun. I don't remember any of them, but they were really nice to listen to. At least I think they were. But, yeah, that was basically my science camp. On the last day, though, I specifically remember this because I love this kind of weather. It was rainy as hell. But not just rainy. Because we were in the mountains, it was very, very windy. Like, insanely windy. But I absolutely loved it. Like, I didn't feel any sense of danger, even though I probably should have. A boulder could have just crushed our bus, most likely, if it wanted to. If nature just hated us. But
Echo 7,
I was
abandon
loving
your
it in the
assignment and
rain.
redeploy to Sector Bravo.
It was so
Intel
much
indicates
fun
that
for
the
me.
swarm has deviated from its expected course. The 5th Mechanized
Like, just
needs your help
walking in the rain was
immediately.
fun.
Echo 8 is engaged with the enemy on another front. I'm sending in
But,
Lieutenant Mia Ryan to act as
I
your
don't think
temporary
many people
wingman.
enjoyed it.
She will be designated Ghost 2.
Walking to the
Good
bus,
Ryan, huh?
though,
I
was
remember
also
her
very
at the
fun.
academy. Excellent shot.
Probably not for everyone else, but for me, I was having a blast.
Indeed. I'm happy to let you know her skills haven't deteriorated.
Because fighting against the, like,
On the double.
again, I had nothing to do at home. I found everything entertaining back then. just fight, like walking in the rain, fighting against the wind. Oh boy, that's something else. That's something different to do. Something fun, you know? So that's what I was doing the entire time. Just like walking in the rain as much as possible.
This is the USS Langley. We have several Panthers on station, ready to deliver.
And like when we got to the bus, when we had to like carry all our luggage to the bus, I was the one who assisted in like loading it up, you know, volunteered to do that, cause like otherwise I just end up sitting inside the cabins doing nothing. Like what? No.
Use a hand here if you aren't too busy.
This is also probably why I think I have ADHD,
Lieutenant.
you
When do
know.
you need me?
But
Get rid of these
I'm
red
just
bastards
not. I'm just
first.
restless.
Then we'll take it
Like
from
when I was
there.
young.
You bet. I'm on it.
So I would rather just be out in the rain, you know, helping load up
What
stuff.
thought?
It was. They also gave it. They also like handed out ponchos and everything. Just hearing the sound of the rain, like feeling the wind blowing into my body. That it felt so nice for some reason. But
This is Echo 7. I need heavy ordnance on my designation. How copy?
Solid copy.
I was
There's
the
some
last
intel.
person to get on the bus as well, because again, I found the rain fun. I was almost like herding people into the bus. Just because, like, you know, I was just out there in the rain the entire time. Like, I wanted to stay out in the rain for as much time as, like, for as long as possible. For as much as possible as well, because, you know, one of the few times California gets rain. So, like, rain was a rare sight. I absolutely love it. I love gloomy weather in general. I still love it. I don't know why other people actually, no, I do know why other people hate it. It's gloomy weather. You know, sometimes it's cold, you gotta dress up a lot more. It's a hassle to go through sometimes. But, you know, sunny weather is overrated, in my opinion. I will stand by that. Sunny weather is overrated. I am Southeast Asian. Sunny weather is very overrated. But, which is why I love rain. Also, well, actually, no, it doesn't really help that. I probably love it in Southeast Asia. I've actually never been to Southeast Asia. I've never left the country. I've only gone to different areas in the country, but I've actually never
Don't
left
you
the
know
country.
old saying?
What?
I do eventually want to go to Asia,
Guns are a
or
girl's
like
best
just go to a
friend.
place that has a lot more moisture. It'd be nice. Rain is
Here
nice.
comes another wave.
I,
Get ready to squash
I'd rather
that.
like just have it rain every day than like, you know, be all nice and sunny. No. Rain is really nice in my opinion. Like I remember feelings of rain. Like specific I have vague memories of rain as compared to like general memories of sunny days. Rainy days were like just felt like the best to me, you know? You got like this nice gloomy weather outside, you don't have to go outside. It was nice and depressing. Real cozy environment. Like, it's just so comfy to just stay inside and watch TV in the rain. Or, you know, go on like a little walk in the rain. It's so nice. I love the rain. Because I'm also like a person who just loves to stay indoors. I hate going outside for the most part. Touch grass, I only do that if I have to.
Shots. Almost as good as me.
But, anyways. It was raining after we got back as well. Like, pretty much everywhere it was raining in California. So that was such a nice day. The rain was it just felt so good. We haven't had rain in so long. Like, like what? You get rain here like once a month if you're lucky. I wish it was way more often. Like, honestly, all right. Here's the little thing, right? About my shorts. Specifically about the shorts I upload. I just upload random ass shorts of whatever I feel like, you know? Anything that looks kind of cool or like cute. In most cases, that is just either the environment I'm around
Aim to please.
or some of my pets or cousins' pets.
They're everywhere! Oh, we can't hold them! Retreat!
So if I
Stand your
remember
ground, soldier.
correctly,
If we don't hold this line, you won't have anywhere to retreat to.
where was I? I don't remember. Oh yeah, rain. I want to get some really good footage of rain. Like a nice, calm, rainy environment. That is so nice, you know? It's just so soothing. I'm just waiting for that day when it finally gets some more. When like we finally get some more rain. Here's another thing, right? With my shorts, you know, along with these, I also upload them with royalty-free background music. I love their artists, honestly. If you want specific names, Sharo is my go-to guy for background music. I love pretty much all his works. I'll find a way to use them. But some of his works, in my opinion, need certain environments that really bring them out even further, you know? Like, when it comes to music and scenery, they will complement one another, of course, but in my opinion, some of these works need certain scenery to, like, you know, fully, like, certain background footage to, like, fully draw them out.
What kind of sex joke
And
is
I'm
this?
waiting. I need a rainy day to film just because I have some music that would work perfectly. Like it would work so well with a rainy, like some rainy footage. I love this guy's music. This guy's music. I just want to promote it a bit more. It's so nice to listen to. Shadow is the guy that you're probably gonna wanna look for on YouTube. I have almost every one of his tracks on YouTube downloaded in a file just for background music for those videos. And I also occasionally, and I use one of his tracks for my waiting screen background music
At least one
as
good news
well.
today.
But, anyways. Wait, what was I? Oh yeah, rainy weather. I love rain. I want more rain. That's about it. Yeah, I think I've ranted enough about that. So what was I talking about before rain? Science camp, 6th grade, and a friend. Yeah, a friend. No, I already talked enough about him. Like, a lot about him. Holy, I have talked so much about him. But, huh. Let me think a bit. What else was I doing?
This is Echo 7. Commence bombing run at designated target.
Understood. Commencing bomb run.
So along with, wait, no. Oh. Okay. Well, okay, you've heard a good chunk of my elementary school experience. Despite all that, like, you know, despite, like, me just being a little shit and everything, being an annoying nuisance, it was still fun for me. I like to think that others around me kinda had fun. I still have good relationships with my 6th grade teacher. Like, he would let his alumni visit him, but as of recently, not recently, just like a couple years back,
Echo
well, you
7,
need
be
like
advised
proper,
that
like
radar and
you need
satellite
a
units
proper
report
government
abnormal readings from
issued
your
real
area.
ID in
Unidentified
order
signatures
to
are heading directly towards
visit
your position.
him now,
Unidentified
like because they don't
signatures?
they fenced off the
Oh,
school
what
and
the fuck
everything.
is that thing?
They've become a lot more
Ethan,
strict
are
when
you
it
seeing
comes
this?
to
Proceed.
letting people
Brace yourselves, this can't be
in like
good.
schools and shit. Well, I mean, yeah, kind of want to be strict about that, but you know,
Man, that thing is ugly
I
as
kind of
hell.
had to stop visiting him
You
because
gotta
of
be
that.
shitting me. What is that?
It's firing
It was
guided
fun.
projectiles? How is this even possible?
Let the
It was
researchers
fun while it
worry about
lasted,
that.
you know.
You just worry about blowing it to fucking pieces for now.
I used to visit my 6th grade
This is
teacher a
absolutely
lot in middle
insane.
school, by the
What
way.
fuck are we even
Like
doing
pretty much
here?
every Friday, I
Screw
would
these
walk
things
I
in
would
this
walk
nightmare
like
once and
2
for all.
miles to get to
Man, this is Echo 7.
my old elementary
We encountered
school
a new type of
and
enemy. It fires what
talk with
seems to
them
be
pretty
highly
much,
advanced guided
but also play
ballistics.
computer
Please
games
advise on the
because
course of action. Over.
well, yeah.
Copy that, Echo 7. We're getting
But it
similar
was still
reports
fun
from other
nonetheless, you
areas.
know. I just helped them
Objective
grade
remains the
papers
same.
as well.
Keep
Like,
drawing
it was
attention
free
to
labor,
yourself.
but you know, it was
Confirmed.
fun free labor
Over.
for me at least.
This is Echo 7. Acknowledge command.
It was just
Holding
nice to be
position.
able to help
Out.
him out. Like he was able to
Are
help
you
me
kidding
out.
me? These things
He has
are
shown me so
solid.
much support as well,
Maybe
like
they've been saving
after
it.
6th
They're an ace
grade.
in the hole.
You think these things are capable of that?
He was a really
I don't
good
know what to
teacher.
think
I
anymore.
miss him. I haven't gotten in
Echo
touch
7,
in
this is
so
Command.
long.
Nearby forces regroup and
One
are ready to
assignment that I
support you.
remember
Change-
doing,
You heard the lady. We're done here.
one assignment I remember doing back then was a writing assignment, right? So, we did, back in 6th grade, we did this one writing assignment where we would write letters to my 6th grade teacher, you know? Like, it sounds weird at first, but here's the thing. These letters would contain our hopes and dreams, our aspirations, what we wanted to be, what goals we wanted to accomplish at the time. Here's the catch. He saves these letters and proceeds to read them after 10 years have passed. So these letters are unread. My letter is still unread till like next year. Actually, it's been now. Oh God, it's almost been 10 years since elementary school. Oh. Oh. Okay, well, let's get that thought out of my head. But I feel like that was really, really cool. Like it's such a nice and simple gesture. Like it just gets you so nostalgic, you know? But I don't know how I would confront him. My dreams and aspirations have changed so much now that I look back. It's been a journey to get where I am. I don't know. I can't really recount how I even got onto streaming. I do know a ton of things inspired me to stream. I never imagined I would actually stream. I wanted to like be a YouTuber back in like middle school, high school, and all. And then I actually had to pick a proper career to, well, attempt to pick a proper career to go into. I don't recommend computer science. It is, I hate it. But these stories they're nostalgic for me. This is one of the few times I actually get to look back. I haven't actually looked back in the past for quite a while. But where was I? Oh yeah, middle school. I would really like to meet my 6th grade teacher again, eventually. you know, have a little chat with him. But honestly, only once I actually can do something, have something to back up my name a bit. But he was just such a nice person, like such a good teacher. I don't know how I can ever repay the kindness that I received from him. He has shown me so much support. He's dedicated so much time just for me. And I am forever thankful because of that. He had to put up with younger me, and honestly, ugh. But anyways, enough of that. And I think that's enough of the stories and enough of this game. I think that's going to be enough for today. I will have a lot more stories to tell. I still have a ton of stories to tell. I just need some time to recount them on my next streams. Now that I'm on break, once again, I do plan on streaming a lot more over the coming weeks until like school starts up again. But expect 3 streams per week instead of 1 stream per week. The amount of shorts I make will probably decrease, but I'll still be posting on Twitter a ton of random 3AM thoughts, so yeah, there's still that. But other than that, Monday is probably gonna be when the next stream is gonna be. Oh, I still need to continue that series as well. Okay, so Monday is going to be West of Loathing. I have already played the game once through. I'm gonna start a new playthrough of the game. Wednesday, I'll be continuing a Company of Heroes AI tournament. I haven't touched that series in weeks, mainly because I got better internet since back then. So they'll actually look decent, at least when looking back at the recordings of the lives. But I still need to finish that tournament. Like probably it'll probably go on for like 2 weeks. So next Wednesday and the Wednesday after that, that's Company of Heroes. And then next Friday, I will see if I can get a camera working for a gunpla building stream. I got a new gunpla and I want to build it. I brought my nippers back from my college apartment and I plan on building it. It's going to be my first real grade gunpla that I'm building. I have built a ton of high grade ones, and I have built 1 master grade. I have yet to build a real grade, so this is going to be the first one. It was one that I was looking for so long, either the master grade or the real grade version. That would be the Tall Geese Endless Waltz version. I just like the little gimmicks on it, and I just love the Tall Geese design in general. But yeah, that's the general plan. If I don't get to gunpla building on Friday, expect probably like a Gundam stream or something like that. That or rhythm games. Yeah, probably one of those options. Or something random, honestly. I do want to work on a video as well. I haven't made a video in so long. All my videos have been horrible. Like the shorts I made, like the shorts are just like really like just calm things, you know. I just like they're just really chill and shit. But videos are not so much. I plan on making a video soon enough, like I haven't gotten started on it, but okay, no, I have the concept. The concept has been keeping me up all night, to be honest. Like last night, I couldn't really sleep well due to anxiety about the final that I did this morning, and also because this video idea just kept on floating around in my head. Part of it is already on paper. I plan on working on it, finishing it up maybe before the New Year's. I can't promise anything, may or may not forget about it. Hopefully, I can keep on working on it. But yeah, no, that's my plan going forward. Anyways, thank you for coming today. Thank you for listening to me just ramble endlessly about my childhood. I appreciate you all for coming. And, yeah. Good night. See you next time.